Hi everybody, welcome to another No Tippy Tappy Football brought to you by Boyle Sports. I'm giggling already, Sam was making me laugh just before we started. So happy to be back here for the new season again. Thank you as always for supporting the podcast, for listening, for watching. We really, really appreciate it. We can't believe we're back for another season. How are you, Sam?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah. Yeah, it's quite funny that, wasn't it? We can't reveal it though.
It was quite funny off air, Sam,
Because we're looking forward to the new season, back on the podcast again. We need all our followers and subscribers to carry on supporting us, and new ones as much as we possibly can.
Tell your mate. Did you know Sam Allardyce has got a podcast? It's very good.
Yeah, there's still a few people say, have you got a podcast? I say, well, you should know what it is when it's No Tippy Tappy Football, shouldn't you?
That's the
You know
one.
what I mean? Anyway, my old mate's back.
He's back. We like him.
I can call him a mate now. I don't manage him.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Before it was the captain.
Yeah.
Come on, captain. So Kevin's back again. So
thank you.
To talk to us about the season as it goes on, the new season.
Hello, Kevin Nolan.
How are we?
Good, and I feel bad because we had Phil Thompson on last week, and I said to him, we promised we were going to start getting balls to give out for people that had come on hat tricks and more. And I feel like we owe you about 3 balls now. Sorry about that.
That's all right. I've got a few.
He's good at juggling
anyway,
balls.
Don't worry.
Wait.
I've got a few hat-trick balls
Anyway.
at home anyway. I don't need any more.
We're glad to see him, and hopefully that he gets back into the game as soon as he can.
Well, not really soon, to be honest, because we've commandeered you for the month of September. Sam's having a couple of weeks off the podcast at the start of the season. He's getting himself proper ready to go for the rest of the season, and you're going to step
Sunning
in and be
himself again.
You're going to be the standing gaffer in September.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, big role to fill, but. Hopefully we can keep the viewing figures up and keeping the figures going. Here he goes.
Trouble if the subscribers don't go up on the viewing. I mean, that'll be the end of it then.
Yeah,
Imagine if they jump up, Sam.
Again. I'm gonna be sold.
Well, I can take a piece of the action if the offer's right. Move on.
He's already looking to be. He's trying to get tempted
No!
away.
Capitalise on the success we've gained over 3 years, Natalie.
Transfer window's nearly shut. We don't need any more dealing, podcast transfer dealings.
I don't know if I can take the
Paying
stress all year long.
instalments, you know that. Paying instalments.
And it's cold in here in the winter as well, Kev.
No, I
September's the month to be here.
In all honesty, I wouldn't like to give it up. I think that doing this and being able to express how we feel and not have too much restrictions, of course, is the right way forward for me. And I hope all the listeners think so. The restrictions of, even though I love talk sport, you get the HR coming in saying you can't say this and you can't say that and you can't, and you end up thinking about what you can and can't say, and it disrupts your conversation. It disrupts the stories you might tell, because you're thinking halfway through, can I really say this, what really happened in the dressing room? And most of the time now, you just can't, can you? You know what I mean? It's so woke.
You've got to be very careful what
so
you say,
woke, it's
But
unbelievable.
on your own podcast, you can say whatever you want.
I know,
Sam,
but
we've all
within
learned.
reason.
Sometimes
you
we
can't say
edit
whatever
it
you
out.
want, can you? You know what I mean? But But anyway, it's been a great journey for me since we started.
You know what? I kind of just say this before. I would never ever have thought when I was a 21-year-old or even a 23-year-old captain when he first gave me it that I'd be 21 years later doing a podcast with Sam Allardyce,
and
the gaffer. You know what I mean? I'll be like, would he do a podcast?
And he asked you to come on.
And he's now easy.
Even more as time flies, he's become a granddad.
Oh yeah, which I'm proud.
Congratulations.
You're just a granddad.
Yeah, granddad,
Congratulations.
baby Grayson was born, and he's brought so much joy to my life again. Like, you always forget when you have that, but everyone says when you become a granddad, it's easier because I love little cuddles, but then you can go, there you go, baby.
Yeah.
Pass it back to our Jasmine, so she's doing great, so brilliant.
Congratulations to
Thank
you
you
and your
very much.
family as well. You'll be a wonderful grandpa. Right, before we get on to all of the topics for this week, transfer this summer that caught the eye was Jordan Henderson joining Chelsea. And I wondered, from your perspective, what impact can a senior player have on a dressing room?
I think he's sort of shown, and he's become that sort of leader boss, I think, isn't he? Where he doesn't only do it off the field, he sort of becomes someone who sort of shows you the right way. And when you've got like a Premier League winner, people who've done it day in, day out and worked under the best managers, it seems like a really shrewd signing for me for Xabi Alonso. And I think he's done it because I think Jordan will bring something on the pitch, but what he will bring off the pitch is standards and responsibilities and people taking responsibilities in them young lads, because there was factors last year in that Chelsea team where you looked at them and they were sort of looking around for someone to sort of help them. Help them. And that's I think that's what it then becomes when you've got a lot of young lads in your team. I think that's where you a Jordan or myself would help them now.
This shows the change that Alonso's had.
Yeah.
I am the manager and I will sign the players I think this club needs to bring success to the club. And he's looked and sort of looked at saying all these youngsters here. Now we need some experience and we need some guidance on the pitch. And Welbeck and Jordan Henderson will bring that. I mean, Welbeck's goal scoring record actually gone up after going past 30, not declined.
He's been a great season.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And you look at the season that Brentford had last year. Keith Andrews, like I said, who's been completely overlooked and completely underrated by everybody in the Premier League, which I think is a bit of a disgrace, to be honest with you. I think he's the manager to finish the highest place ever in Brentford's history.
I'm glad that you saw my link there between you and Henderson. Yes, and it didn't come off offensive. Morgan Rogers has talked about the strong relationship that he has with Jordan Henderson as well. Is there? I mean, we've just covered it there a little bit, and I know you mentioned it there, Sam. Is there an attribute of being an old head, an experienced head in a dressing room that sometimes gets forgotten about because of how much money dictates football?
I think we've talked about this before, and I think we talk about with Phil about lack of leadership and these type of players are the leaders.
I think I like about Alonso. I think because he sees it and he's done it at Leverkusen. He brought in Xhaka, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Xhaka was his coach on the pitch. That was his man, his go-to man, and you've seen that when we played them in the semi-finals, the Europa Cup. He was a lot of everything. And he was the one sort of telling the players, if it was wrong or whatever, he was the one on the pitch. And you've got to be. That was what the gaffer was the best at, because he allowed me to sort of not manage on the pitch, but be a coach on the pitch and sort of bellow what he will be wanting and give out his instruction. And I think that's what's on. Yes, if you like, and that's what it was. As a manager, you follow him, and I was one who, when under Alan Pardew exactly the same, under Chris Hughton exactly the same, even under Sammy, you want to try and change things. You're trying to do what the manager wants you to do, and if players are not doing it, you've got to be the one on the pitch. Now, I always felt that Chelsea felt a bit lost as soon as something went wrong, and it was like I was
turn and look at the bench.
Yeah, they're turning and looking at the bench instead of people getting around each other and going, right, okay, bit of calm here now, let's stay in the game for the next 10-15 minutes, because we all knew what was expected because we had a game plan. This was game, if this goes wrong, this is what happens, and I was the one who was sort of had to lead that on the pitch. We would, and then obviously if it was going totally wrong, you did him stumping down the side of the Reebok and coming down, and then that's when you knew, no, here we go.
It's coming down the stairs.
Can't really hear him, but and that's it, and I think that's what it is, in training and everything else. It's an expectancy that as soon as I think it's already told at the conversation on here, or we've told you about the story when he picked me up in the office when I was a younger lad for sort of tossing off the session because I thought I weren't playing, and then I've had to apologise after me saying I was going in to have a goal, and it was never went that way. I went out with the tail between my legs anyway, but it was them moments then where I realised that every day you've got to be out of that training, and I think that's why Jordan Henderson has got where he's got and what he's done.
Here's another side. This is West Ham more than I can remember, because sometimes I can't remember all the way back to Bolton now. But Kevin was the negotiator, West Ham. When I came down too heavy, then Kevin would come in and we'd make a pact that I'd reduce it. He could go and tell the player, I've got you off the hook.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, just all planned. You know what I mean? So, yeah, all right, I'll do it. You go back to him and you say, right, I've managed to negotiate the fine down.
Before we move on, what's this I hear? I like to do this on this podcast. This is what I heard, and you can tell me what happened and what was the truth. You and Jordan Henderson did something that got a West Ham Christmas party cancelled.
Well, I don't think Jordan done anything. except went down like he'd been shot, and yeah, it was a pretty poor challenge by me, to be honest, and I apologise to you for that, Jordan. But Yeah, look, when sometimes you know, seeing a bit of the red mist and being in my own city and the team we were getting a sort of run around, and Jordan, who had previously a couple of times when he was at Sunderland, run around him. I just decided that I'd give him a kick, but it went a bit too far and I ended up getting a red card.
Oh,
Something like him getting a red card.
Okay,
I
right.
got a couple on the spin then, and then all of a sudden I was told am I okay mentally? And then
He got this terrible habit about being suspended for Christmas.
No. Let's put this straight on here now. Let's put this straight on here now.
Okay.
I want to get up, and I want you to get up this. Now you've got to do. You guys, you start always behind and everything. See how many games on Boxing Day
I shouldn't have said that.
Love that.
See how
I knew
many
I shouldn't have
games.
said it, but I thought I'd
See
throw
how
it
many
in.
games on Boxing Day I missed. I never missed any. I think I missed one in my whole career. That's a terrible start. Yeah.
You fished him in there, Sam.
Yeah, you've got me.
He's got all red there as well.
I can't even stop either. I can't even stop fighting. But yeah, anyway, let's get back to the challenge.
Yes, all right.
And,
Right, for the next-
Listen, by the way, I never believed it.
Yeah.
Ever.
He says, yeah. Exactly.
Right.
By the time we see you next, I'm going to check that out.
Oh, let me tell you, you'll be wrong anyway, right? But yeah, we ended up going in, and we were poor that day, and I think we knew, and I think the frustration was me, and then it obviously overspilled too much, and it was a poor challenge, and I got rightly so deserved red card. Anyway, normally after the game, we'd have our sheet, you know, our schedule and everything. That would have been all put in, and very rarely did the boss or the gaffer ever change it, ever. Like, even no matter what, unless, you know, he felt that there was a reason to, or there was something what went wrong or whatever. And I think in all the time I paid for him, I think it was about 2 or 3 times it happened. That's it. So you can imagine how many times we'd had a couple of wallopings in them times, and early on in the Bolton days, you know, things haven't been proper right. You know, he dealt with it in a different way. And after that game, there was a lot of lads who were from the north, and we were all going off, you know, and had family things and everything else. And he said, everybody back on the coach. So obviously all the lads are like, as he finished, and then he walked out. And then obviously the negotiation, then I'm thinking, it's all right, lad, like give him a bit of time, let him go and do the press and that and everything else. Get a shower, and all the lads in there, like I've got my family are all waiting for me, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I was like, no, look, I said, let me see if I can do that. I said, but obviously I'd been sent off.
Yeah.
So he's now obviously, I am Paul Kennedy #1, and I'm thinking, so as I'm walking up to him, I'm in the corridor, and I'm not even got up to him. He's gone, no, everyone back on the bus, and I've gone, he's going to shout us in a bit like that, and I'm like, so I've just like, Gaffer, and he's going, no, don't you dare, and I'm gone, yeah. So I'll walk back into the dressing room. I've gone, no, lads, I've got no chance. So I've gone, no, you might have to try. Knows what? And he's like, no. So anyway, we all get back, trudge back on the bus. Obviously, the southern lads are not bothered so we're going to see all the lads
From
going to the
Liverpool
families.
back to London?
Yeah. So we obviously we flew. So
Yeah.
I mean, but he I think the gaffer went back to Bolton, but we all had to go back to London. So we all got on the coach, and I was like, we're all sitting on the coach, and like everyone's now starting to fume and rage and everything else, and I'm going, and he's going, and they're going, he's surely going to come on and just get off the coach, lads. I went, I don't think this is right, lads. I'm not. They're like, Nobby, go and speak to him. I said, he won't speak to me. I said, I'm the worst person to go now. Anyway, we ended up going back to London, and then we were in the next day, and then on the Monday we were in as well, and that was the first time. And the lads then knew, don't. You know, there's times when, I know that story, what he just said, then the negotiation, there comes a negotiation, but then there's got to be a time when you've got to put it right, and then that was it. And I was like, I'd already obviously been through it, and when they were going, he's going to surely say, you've got it off or whatever, we're going to get there and get to the airport. I went, I'm not too sure, lads. I'm not too sure. And I'm thinking, he might do. I'm not too sure. He might calm down.
It's mad, you know, Kev, because I just see him on the podcast for the last 4 years. Yeah. Nice to picture you I struggle.
No, but there's one thing where you can hear footballers, and I've took it into my management and my coaching and everything else. It's time.
What
time? Taking time away from you can really, really not affect you, but it gives you that sort of kick up the backside to go, well, we won't do that again.
Yeah.
And we'll never, ever want that repeating again. So it's that moment in there when, even after the Monday, because by the time he comes back in on Tuesday, everyone's laughing and joking again anyway. And he walks back in and he's like, all right, lads, and everyone's like, and he's like, and he's going, oh, he's all sulking eyes, and like, I'm giving it that one, because he's obviously calmed himself down, come back down to the level, and then he goes, right, meeting, and then he goes, come on, I'll show you why you're in Sunday, Monday, and then next minute you're like, everyone's like that, it's like Nancy going, is he going to come for me yet? So it's
my turn.
Yeah. So it was always put up and backed up. It was never ever just done. It was backed up with this is why. And I won't want to ever see it again. So it's not just because I got sent off, or it's not because of this, because this is what I asked you, look what you've done. This is what we were supposed to do, this is what you've done. And it was always backed up with what and we went there and we stunk the place out, and that weren't like us, so we deserved it. I'm going to say it now because he's over.
Brilliant. Love that story.
Next month I'll say we didn't.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, love that story. Right, before we crack on, just want to say, as always, big thank you to Boyle Sports for supporting the podcast. And don't forget that new Boyle Sports customers can get a bet £10, get £40 in free bets offer, plus a 50% bet builder boost on selected games. 18 plus, T's and C's apply. Please gamble responsibly.
Didn't that go a long way after what do experienced players do for you on the pitch, and why did you sign them? That was your question, by the way.
That's,
we ended up with that.
Hold on, that was supposed to be approximately 5 minutes.
Yeah,
okay.
It never is it?
Never mind. We are going on now to a quick fire thing, though,
yes.
Sam. So should we do our best to
do our
quick
best?
fire?
I'll do my very best.
Thank you, I appreciate you. Quick fire midfield rankings, because this summer there's been loads of midfielders that have moved around, to the Premier League, moved around the Premier League, and of course with your midfield experience, Kev, with your hat on, I'd like each of you to rate these transfers, these signings 10? Out of 10. Right. Yes, please. Okay, midfield signings out of 10.
Right.
Morgan Rogers to Chelsea, that was from Villa, 117 million.
9.
I'd say, I would have said 8 or 9.
Okay.
I think he had a good season with Villa, didn't he? It'll be interesting now to see how he sort of goes under Alonso.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, you've taken.
I thought he might have played more in the World Cup, to be honest with you. Yeah. He might have used him more.
Especially after the way he started for them as well when he first come in, Thomas Tuchel,
yeah. Okay, Sandro Tonali to Spurs from Newcastle, 100 mil.
I quite like this kid. I think he's a really good player. It's going to be interesting to see how he shapes up in a De Zerbi squad, but I'd say a real solid 8 again.
7.5.
Okay. Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal from Newcastle, 75 mil.
Well, I think he adds something different now, which they haven't got. I think they can now sort of play him and Declan as probably 2-8 with the one Olden, whether that be Zubimendi or Lewis Skelly. So I think, and he sort of occupies that right side where Dec likes that left-hand side. So I think that's going to be a nice balance. So I think that's a really, really good sign. I think it's a strong 9.
I've got a 9.
Yeah.
I'll have a strong 9 as well. Then.
You love a strong 9?
Yeah, I'll love a strong 9. Yeah.
Okay, strong 9 from our Sam. Okay, Yuri Tielemans to United from Villa, 35 million.
Oh, absolute steal, bargain. Yeah. Steal, experience coming out of his ears, both at international level, the Premier League, at Leicester, Aston Villa, only 30 million. I think he's definitely a 9.
Yeah,
based on the whole,
I think
the whole package of experience, what he's got, and if anything, he lacks a bit of pace, if anything, but his brain, his intelligence, his quality on the ball. Yeah,
I think price-wise and everything what comes with him, I think it's got to be probably strong 9, 10. I think that's the closest to a 10 I'd give because of everything what he brings.
You got to remember, this is 35 million.
35 million.
35 million profit because he's on a free. How could Leicester ever let him go on a free? Just let him run out of contract and let him go on a free. I mean, it's just like unbelievable. And
it's just all the time he's been in the Premier League too. So to have that experience and then going to Man United. And as I said, he sort of, it was him who got Belgium as far as they possibly could. It was him. So, I'd say that's the closest 10 we've got. Because of the price. Because of the price. Yeah.
Okay. Elliott Anderson to City from Forest, 116 mil.
I'm a 9 because I love him. I thought he was one of the most outstanding players in the World Cup. He got grossly underrated by all the pundits and everybody else, I watched him and went, you can't do without him. You know, he's just there all the time. You know, both in attacking movement and in defensive qualities. He starts attacks. He's always available to receive a pass. He keeps the ball moving as quickly as possible. And then when they haven't got the ball, he terrorises the opposition to try and win it back.
I watched a lot of him at Forest last year because obviously living in Nottingham, and everything what the gaffers just said, like he is, and even I think the week he lost his mum, he played Burnley, and he was the best player by far. Morgan Gibbs-White got the man of the match, but he was by far the best player, head and shoulders above everybody.
Andrey Santos to Manchester United from Chelsea, 50 million. I've got to tell you, that went under the radar for me.
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange one for me. I don't know why, you know.
I can't.
They spent 50 million.
I just don't rate Chelsea players that high, based on the performance last season. Yeah. Even Palmer.
He didn't have many games either, though, did he? Win like a regular. No. Even last year, where you think he's sort of
Garnacho going to Villa. I'm going.
Yeah.
But he's gone like that way.
I was very surprised at that. Yeah.
Hopefully, somebody the manager's got.
They must see
by
something.
The way, the manager's an old school manager. By the way, he hammers them. Don't think he's all this bit like Pep. Pep thinks he's not. Pep not nicey. He hammered them. Pep. Yeah. So he's old school. You know what I mean? So he'll bring the best out of him, Garnacho. But the other lad, he's like. Don't know. They must have done some scouting there.
They must know him from the younger years or something.
If we're all wrong and they're right, what a buy!
Yeah. But as it stands,
what a buy, or is it a buy that I would always try and avoid? Where I used to say to the chairman, "Waste of money."
But they obviously done for 50 million, though, Gaffer.
Yeah, but Kev. Like I said, you're better off pooling money together and having one player instead of two.
But they must, because it was an early deal done as well in the summer. It's not as if like it was something like that they've looked at. So Steve Holland and him must have a real this guy can give us something in the team. I didn't quite see it because of what you just said about Chelsea, so he never stuck out to me to go,
it must be a Steve Holland signing based on the knowledge he has at Chelsea or the people he knows at Chelsea. Or have they got that power? Have they got that power in signing players or not?
Yeah.
What's your rating out of 10?
Well, I can only give him this because I don't know enough. I'll be generous and give him a 7.
Yeah.
I'll probably be I was going to say a 6, and because 50 million for someone who's not really shown in the Premier League. I mean, how much would you have got offered for me now?
Yeah, of course you do.
You'd be about
20.
65. 65. In your heyday, you'd be about 65 million, 65 million.
But if he's 50 and he hasn't done anything, it should be a bit more than that.
And he's English.
Yeah, but your wages would be stiff. It'd be high, your wages would be high.
I just go, Gaffer, I don't want to go, just give me some more money.
He's hammering you today, Kev, by the way.
We have to take your wages into account.
Because them up before that I'm doing the show next month. This is what he does to me, you see. Just keep battering me down to know my place.
I love it, Kev, I'm not going to lie, I love it.
That's what it was. That was always the relationship.
At your peak, probably 85. Because
oh, he's gone high.
I'll tell you why, because there used to be 10 goals or more a season.
Yeah.
And that would be a worth £85 million transfer.
Yeah, there you go. That's better.
And in today's world,
well, no one scores goals no more.
The other scenario where I'll put another 20 million on, making 105 million was how many games he played.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Except over Christmas.
He didn't get it. Brilliant, Nat. Great timing, Natalie. That's great timing. Right.
I love the insight though on Tielemans. That's really fascinating for me because I just looked at the list and presumed you would say Bruno Guimaraes because he's so unbelievably influential at Newcastle, and for me, it's terrifying that he's gone to Arsenal.
I think. Look, you can't. I mean, I think it's good business. I think it's excellent business by Newcastle as well. I think to get 75 million for him because he missed quite a few games last year.
Yeah,
and I think that's why Arteta's talking because he's now got about 5 or 6 midfielders who he can play within them Champions League and Premier League games, and he won't have to play as many games because if you look at Deck in the World Cup and at the back end of the season, not only his physicality but mentality, you know, because of the mental fatigue, what he would have suffered because of winning his first Premier League, getting to a Champions League final, not quite getting over the line. So if he's going to get them over the line, them lads now they've done the Premier League and get a Champions League to go with it, he's going to have to make them signings. But I'm when I speak to a lot of the Newcastle fans, they weren't too worried about them going, okay, we've got 75 million, brilliant. They took it quite well, which I was very surprised about.
Yeah.
So I think that's what. Yeah. So I think that's why I still go with the Jordan Henderson because of the influence he had at Villa, the influence he had at Leicester when he scores the goal in the FA Cup. He's done it in the Premier League year in, year out. He's the captain of Belgium. I think he's a shoe-in for number one for me.
In terms of Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal, is this a big statement? Does Bruno Guimaraes moving to Arsenal take them to a level where it almost guarantees that they win the Premier League?
There's no guarantee to win the Premier League, but there's no challenger this year. It's interesting to see this year why I think Arsenal win the league, and I actually said Man City a while ago.
Yeah.
Thinking about it a little bit more.
No, you're not. I'm not letting you go back now.
No, I know, but the chance.
You went more Geordie then. No, I'm not letting you go back now.
With the change of managers, you know what I mean? It's like it's a big change of managers, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Premier League.
Nine new managers in the Premier League this year, I think.
It's exciting. I've got a question for you both. Do you know how many Premier League clubs have played in Europe since Everton lasted?
What's it?
Because Moisey got them in 2005.
What's he got him there? Ronald Koeman got him into Europe, didn't he? So you're talking about 2017 when I went.
So you got 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, look how many teams finish in Europe though, Kev, now. There's about 5 teams
I'd say
Europe.
about 14. I'd say about 14.
8 teams.
Okay, what are you going for, Sam?
22.
15 teams, and it'll go to 17 this season with Bournemouth and Sunderland since Everton last played in Europe.
So obviously you got the top 4, and you got Newcastle, Aston Villa. That's how it sort of worked out. I sort of put Sunderland in it anyway.
Yeah.
And then you got the other league, don't you? The West Ham one.
Yeah.
West
Ham.
The Mickey Mouse League, they say. It's not a Mickey Mouse League to win it, is it?
Forest have been in it.
But do you think that's what? So is that why you're saying David wants to get? Do you think?
I think there's something about when he went back, and I know why David is. He's driven. He's every day, a bit like the gaffer. Like it's relentless, and I think that's what he wants to do. I think his thing is to get Everton back where he believes they belong, and in that old Dickinson Stadium. I mean, which is a fantastic stadium.
Yeah, it is lovely. Well, talking about managerial experience, I wanted to talk about you as well while you were here, Kev.
Great.
Because obviously you left Northampton, was it January? When was it?
No, it was in
February?
February, I think, yeah.
February.
There was 9 games to go, I think, when I left.
Okay. And you, when you left, there were 3 points from safety in League One, and then they lost all
1 point.
1 point from safety. They lost all of their next 10 games, and they got relegated 17 points from safety. Do you want to say anything about that, Sam?
There you go. There you go. Directors of Northampton Town Football Club. Whose fault is that then? It's because you haven't give Kevin the players or the tools to do the job. Simple as that.
Yeah,
but the manager always gets blamed.
I lost Ethan Wheatley, and I can honestly say, and I think looking back at it, and I was speaking to the gaffer off air and stuff, and they're the moments when sort of I should have lent on more, or and had a call with him, because I thought that I was reasonably safe. I was made to believe that anyway. We were 10th in the league in January, on Christmas, and we were going through a sort of trying to get a few players in to start building to make sure we stay in the League One, and then also then crack on a bit more and make it easier than the year after. We lost Ethan Wheatley. He went back to Man United and went out back on loan to Bradford, and it didn't quite work out for him, which I found really strange. But I'm not going to get into that. I wish the boy well. He done really well for me, and I lost my front three because Warner got injured, and so did McGee. And so when you lose your front three, the gaffer will tell you, and your goals and the majority of what are given you, then I lost them for 2 or 3 months, and it was really, we struggled a bit. And I told Kelvin, the chairman, and I can honestly say, like, I said to him, this is going to be a struggle because we were trying to get a striker in, and I had a boy from QPR who ended up going to Lincoln and done really well for them. But he wanted to come as well, and they didn't sanction it, and that was a big blow for me.
Let's finish today's podcast just with a quick word on West Ham, obviously, with both of your links. We've mentioned them just a minute ago in terms of them being in the Championship. Jared Bowen staying, which is great. They've made some good signings, Sam. Solomon from Spurs, Veltman from Brighton, Engels from Celtic. Just a quick word, are you both confident that West Ham will bounce straight back up?
Straight back up.
They should do.
Win the league.
We expect them to.
If they won't win the league, they'll finish second. And I think that the bubbles machines all around the ground, they always thought were great when they come out. And they played the song, and the bubbles used to come up with it. The bubble machines all the way around the ground. Do they still do that?
Yeah.
It's massive, that's a nice touch.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
Right, thank you. Thank you very much.
As always,
we'll see you next week.
Say hello to the missus from me and your daughter.
And the grandson.
Can't wait to get on and see him though.
Have a lovely couple of weeks off. Not too nice. We want you back here, please, nice and fresh in a few weeks. We'll see you next week.
A nice time.
Yeah. Don't forget, everybody.
I've got a wedding as well, so down in Marbella, so I'll be down there as well. So
I'll keep eye on your social media for the pictures. New Ball Sports customers can get a bet £10, get £40 in free bets offer, plus a 50% bet builder boost on selected games. 18 plus. Keep
following, subscribing, please.
Thank you. See you next week.
Thank you very much.